What's going on, guys? In this video I'm going to show you a way that you can increase your bench, your max bench, in 4 weeks. Okay, so starting with 4 weeks and you're going to train chest twice a week. The two main key points when you are lifting heavy, when you're lifting at your max or near at your max, is power and control. So your 2 sessions a week, one is going to be based on power, one is going to be based on control. Now, for your power session, you're going to be doing what I like to call dead reps, when you're lifting a weight with no previous tension, okay? So, if you've got a spotter, I only really do this if you've got a spotter, you can go on a normal bench, bring it down, release the pressure, leave it on your chest for like a second, half a second, and then you power up, you complete the rep, and you lock out as if it's your last rep, okay? If you don't have a spotter, the better way to do it, on a Smith machine, which some of you won't like, I'm not a big fan of the Smith machine either, but you set the stoppers, the safeties, you put them at the point where it is as close to your chest as it can be, and you will release the bar, bring it down onto the stoppers, and you will start. That is your starting position. So power up, bring it down, let it be controlled, don't slam it on the bloody things, and then you complete each rep like that. Okay? Third, which I really don't like, but I know some people do it and it aggravates the hell out of me, but if the gym's quiet, you know, it's not that bad, you can put it in the squat rack. Now, I see people do this where they put a bench in the squat rack. It really winds me up if I go to the gym and I'm, going to train legs. Someone is using the squat rack for bench when you've got benches available. But the good thing about that is obviously you do have your safety bars. So you can use them in the exact same way as you'd use on the Smith machine. The difference being, obviously, you've got to fully control the weight as opposed to on a Smith machine. You know, it's lateral, it doesn't move. So there's good aspects of that, but you piss off everybody in the gym. So that is your main focus on your power day, and I'll go through it more in a minute. And then on your control day, what you're more looking for is how well you can control these heavy weights. So that goes completely from as powerful as you can to as slow as you can. Okay? So we'll get into that. So, on a typical power day, you're going to warm up, obviously. I like to warm up, and I think this is important to do for anything when you're doing upper body, is you want to warm up your rotator cuff. So it's simple, small dumbbells, stretching them out, okay, multiple movements. You can find so many videos on YouTube about how to warm up your rotator cuffs. Very important, and it allows you to be looser so you're not stiff when you're trying to push them out. So once you've done that and you start warming up your bench, let's say you haven't got a spotter and you're using the Smith machine, and let's say your max bench at the moment is 100 kilos or 225 pounds, okay? What you're then going to do is load up the bar with around 90% of that, so you're going to use 90 kilos, okay? About 200 pounds. Load the bar with 90% of that, right? With your stoppers in place, you can bring it down and you're going to power out as many reps as you can. And you'll be surprised, especially in the first couple of sets, that because you're only putting all your effort in on one side of it, that you may actually get a few more reps than you'd have thought, right? So if you can hit 4 or 5 reps out of each set, then you're doing really, really well. And you're going to do that for 4 sets, okay? After you've done that, you're going to go onto your normal bench, okay? You're going to drop the weight till you're about 60%. And this is where you're going to try and do really powerful reps up, control it down, but you really want to work on that speed, okay? Obviously you're doing a lighter weight, it won't be as hard, but you're also going to keep going until you can't. So each set is until failure, or until one before failure if you haven't got a spotter and you're using a standard bench, because you don't want to get stuck under it, okay? Though, with it being only 60%, you should be able to control it and get out of it. As it is, you want to be safe, okay? Those are your 2 key points. Those are what are going to help you for your power day. After you've done them, you can go ahead and do what the hell you want. You do your flies, you do this, that, and the other, you carry on going. But those are your 2 key parts. Have a couple of days rest, go train legs, or anything else. And then you're on to your control day. Now, on your control day, it's a little bit different. You're not going to be working above 70 to 75%. So let's say you're at the 70% mark and you're working with 100 as your max still. So you are then looking 70 kilos. And what I want you to do is all the way down, all the way up, 3 seconds each way. Okay, so a total of 6 seconds per rep. Okay, but really control and try and get. You've got a narrow grip, which is shoulder. You've got standard grip, which you're talking probably about a foot's width outside the shoulder. I want you to go wide grip. So you imagine there's your shoulders, and then you've got a full hand, and then another full hand. Super wide grip, which puts you a little more off balance. Okay, the wider you are, the harder it is to balance. Until you get to the point where you're narrow, and then that's hard to balance as well. You get what I mean. Anything out of your standard grip is obviously going to be causing more of your muscles, your stabilising muscles, to be going crazy trying to keep yourself in place. Right, so now you've got them working on your 3 seconds down, 3 seconds up. You're going to work on that for 6 to 8 reps per set, and you're going to hit that for 5 sets. Okay, as well as you can. If you need to drop the weight further down the line, try and drop it as little as possible, because you still want the weight to be fairly high, but obviously you want to hit that rep range. Okay, there's no point doing it for like 3 or 4 reps. Once you've done that on flat, you're going to do pretty much the exact same thing on incline. Even though when we were talking about increasing your bench, we're talking about increasing your flat bench. And working flat bench works your whole chest. It is obviously more dominant on your lower pecs than it is your upper pecs, so you're going to work a similar thing on incline, get that overall control. What you're then going to do, and this is important on control day, is you're then going to go back to flat bench and you're going to focus on your triceps. Now, triceps aren't needed as much work in the power section because they're already going to be exhausted from doing such a heavy weight and being so powered that they're getting that work in. When it comes to control, what you find is when you start to really struggle, your arms start shaking like crazy. So you want them to be as stable as they possibly can. Okay, so you're going to go back, narrow grip. Okay, so you're doing bench for your triceps, and you're going to do 3 seconds down, 3 seconds up, the exact same rep range, the exact same weight that you would do for your close grip bench. Okay, so let's say you did, I don't know, 50 kilo close grip bench. You're going to work with 35 kilos is 70% or something like that. 3 seconds down, 3 seconds up. So you're going to follow that for 4 weeks, okay? And then after your 4 weeks, you're going to try and hit your 1 rep max again. I guarantee, if you follow that, you get enough sleep so you recover well and you go into the gym, good mindset, good motivation, you will increase your bench in 4 weeks. That's it, guys. I will upload a PDF or some version similar to that with the actual exercises written down. And obviously, once you've done those core exercises, you can work on the rest of your flies and all that other stuff. But just make them your main focus of the session. Mark down your progress. Also mark down if, say, like 2 or 3 weeks in, you're starting to notice that, like specifically on your power days, that you're getting like 6, 7 reps out of it. Don't change. Keep that as it is, okay? But it's worth noting down that that is how much you progressed in that time. Work on that. Increase your 1 rep max, and then this is all repeatable. So you can then follow it again, adjust your numbers, and keep going up and up and up. Obviously, get your nutrition in, get your protein in, get your rest in. You know what to do. Alright? So subscribe. I don't post on it that often. Follow my Instagram at NickCorsofit. I post on there nearly every single day. And I will see you next time. I plan on doing the same thing for squat and deadlift. So, see you later.